Hanabi as well.
Terraforming Mars.
Yeah, so I like Terraform Mars
Jason
as
will
long as
play.
it's like 3.
I got the good version.
I'll do it at like 3.
But you don't like it, do you?
It's a little long. Like I'll play it, but it's a little long.
I'll play it with 2 or 3, but I don't like it at 4 or 5. It just takes long.
Yeah.
And
three's good.
And no matter what the count is, I will not play it if you don't have Prelude.
Yeah, if you prelude it, then it's
no,
really nice.
yeah.
Because you're into it. I just like the thing I like about it, and I think to some degree that Energy Empire scratches the exact same itch, even though it's a different mechanism, is that it's not just like you have multiple things that you're trying to do at the same time. So even if you don't have a great engine built, you can somehow hit some of the targets along the way, and that will help you. So there's multiple pathways.
Right. I did like the dice version.
We're doing 4.
Terraform Mars.
We don't take
I have it.
anything
I can
out.
bring it
I
next
just
week
get
if you want.
four.
But it is all the flavor, but super condensed, and it goes a lot quicker. And there's obviously a bit more with luck because of the dice rolling.
Right.
It's pretty good. I like that. Terraform Mars, the dice game. I feel like it scratches the Terraforming Mars
not
itch.
TM Ares.
No. There's a
what's that one?
dice one. I played that one too, and it's like a condensed version as well. But
Terraforming Ares, it's fine. What it is it's very similar to a Roll for the Galaxy interpretation of Terraforming.
Okay.
I like the dice one. It goes pretty quick, but it still gets all that flavor of the actual original game.
But I'm okay like a couple times a year max.
Yeah.
Once. I actually do think that like Energy Empire has hit that reach for me a little more, even though the engine building is.
Do not look at your cards.
I did like that Rise of Moloch game. I wouldn't mind getting through an actual finishing one of that. That was interesting.
All right, remember I'm terrible at this.
That's right.
We should have chosen the first player. I want to do it randomly.
You're not playing?
No, I gotta go.
Everybody pick one.
I'll do.
No, you just look at the time. Whoever has the latest, don't look at it. Grab one. Just grab one.
Wait, what are we doing?
That's a thing.
What's your time?
That's a thing.
They're all different.
That's amazing.
Mine is mine's 5 o'clock.
Mine's 11.
No, I'm upside down.
Mine's 11:45.
Mine's 11:10.
Mine's 11:30. What do you got?
11:50. I was 11:45.
11:45. You're first player. See what I did there?
I like it.
I didn't even know if that would work. Mike, what do you got there? What's your card?
See if I can remember how to play.
Okay. All right.
Just a reminder, there's 3 1s, 2 of everything else except for 5.
3 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, and
let me see your hand. Alrighty. Garrett, this is your only one.
All right. My turn. I will play my 1.
Why did you go so fast?
And do not look at your card.
I'm going old to new, but
this is my oldest. This is my newest.
Oldest, newest.
Yeah. In my opinion, oldest should always be inside the hand.
I like that too. This is mine.
Yeah.
But it looks opposite on his side.
Oh wait, so it's my turn, right?
it is.
Okay. And remind me, I can. Because he played a card, so I can give a clue, or I can play a card, right?
Or you can discard a card.
And that
if you're going to play or discard, you have to say what you're doing before you pull it out of your hand. You can't say after you.
I don't have too much information, so and I take one of these to give a clue.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
And my general rule of thumb is your most important concern is your immediate neighbor, your downstream neighbor.
Yeah.
If you can help that person.
Right.
This is your only one.
You're pointing at this one?
This one. Mm-hmm.
You're pointing at that one.
Yep.
That one is what you're pointing at.
That is your only one.
That's my only one. All right, I'm going to give no, I'm going to play this one. Oh,
wow, shocking.
Do not look at this card.
All right, I'm going oldest to newest.
Okay. Garrett, this is your only one.
Okay, I will play it.
Shocking.
I will draw
You're not looking at your new
Look.
card.
to my new side.
Don, this is your only 2.
No.
Oh, no, never mind. This is your only yellow. Sorry.
No, no,
Oh,
Oh,
This guy.
Can't take him
These are-
anywhere.
You have 2 2s.
I have 2
You have
2s.
2 2s, sorry.
All right, wait a minute.
Well, no,
My bad.
no.
I forgot.
Take this
We could-
one, and he shuffles back in, and he gets a new one.
We could shuffle it with his other one.
Yeah.
You want to take both of them?
Yeah,
Shuffle it?
my bad. I just got all locked in on
This
the
is
yellow.
your-
But honestly,
Yellow
it
too.
would have been a good clue because they were both playable.
Yeah,
it
they
was
were.
yellow and
Yeah.
green.
But Leonard cheated.
All right, I'm gonna put them on the outside.
We'll give a clue back just in case you don't
Okay.
want to give a clue anymore.
All right.
Alright.
This is my oldest. Actually, I don't know
Yeah.
any. I will just say this: I know nothing about any of these cards.
Yeah. And then nobody's giving me any information, so I feel like, because if I discard, we get a clue back, right?
True.
So, do I get to see it if I discard it?
You
Once
see
you-
it after.
after you
this.
discard it.
I just want to know.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
discard. Oh, fudge.
Well, we didn't clue you in.
No.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get us another clue.
Well, you got us.
Well, you got another
So there's
card.
only 1 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't look at it.
Can't take you anywhere.
Can't take me anywhere.
No, and you see, I was looking at that, and I was like, is it more important that I give you a clue about that, skipping over setting up Garrett for his turn, or not? You know.
Well, I'm gonna give you a clue, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
This is your only 2.
Okay. I'm gonna
See how he did that?
He did do that.
So this is a 2, and Garrett, this is your only 1.
Play it. Another 1 potential. Only draw 1.
You can go ahead and give Michael a clue if you would like.
Okay. Michael, this is your only 5.
Oh, that was not the clue.
Oh, well,
But
yeah.
okay, I'm gonna do the clue that I thought you were giving. All right. So,
I did. Yeah. Okay.
This is a 2. This is a 5.
all right, Michael, hold him this way so I can see. Just to be sure. These are all yellow.
Okay. I had figured that this would be playable.
I knew that you knew it would be playable, but I kind of figured like groups of things.
Yeah, okay, so these are all yellow, including this yellow 2, and this is a 5. That's fine. So I'm going to play this yellow 2. I'm going to draw a new one and not look at it.
Because he said they were all yellow and he already knew it was a 2.
Jason, no.
How did Jason know? How do you know what he has in his hand?
Okay, so these are yellow, this is a 5, and this is unknown.
I knew this group was never going to get just something told me, you know, I just had a instinct.
5 yellows, unknown.
I'll give a clue to Don.
I have still not gotten any
this
clues
one
this
is
entire
your
thing.
only
So I'm like, is everything
This is my
crap?
only 2?
Yes.
Okay. Your turn.
Oh,
Yeah, I gave Don a clue.
yes.
And we are at the
What clue did
point
you
where
just
if
give
he
him?
flips,
I gave him a 2 clue.
if he
Okay.
flips
One
this,
clue, 2. Then we just have to discard or play. Nothing bad happens. If we misplay, if we play, that's when we go down here. It doesn't belong.
Garrett, this is your only yellow.
Okay. Yellow. Actually, I'm just gonna
All right, so there are 2 2s. And this is a 2. And this I don't know, and this I don't know. And I am of the mind that maybe
This is 5.
Let me-
These are yellow. This is unknown.
let me look at let's see what you have there.
Well, unfortunately, you can't give a clue if you wanted to.
No. But I'm trying to decide.
Setting someone else up with a clue, possibly.
Yes, like because I know there's 2 2s, and I'm looking at what everybody else has in their hand to build off of. So you'll be after me. Let me see if you're after me. What do you know about your hand?
These are yellow. This is a 5. This is unknown.
Nothing.
All right. I am going to go ahead
Potentially
and
accurate.
play this because I feel like you have enough information to know what to do.
All right, so that's a misplay.
Oh, wait. I thought that was a. I thought you said it was a 2. I didn't listen. I didn't pay attention very good.
Yeah,
That's
I
your
did.
new mark. Do not
Yeah,
look at it.
Yeah.
Michael and I were looking at each other. Like,
Yeah.
it happened.
There's another exclamation mark on this victory.
So you can't confirm what I know. Right?
Unfortunately, not. We can ask you, and then we can decide to give you a clue.
All right.
If we.
Well, then
think
that
it's
must
worth
have been
it.
my 2 because these were staying. All right. Did I move that out? Is that what I did?
Clearly.
Yeah,
I
I believe so.
I thought I lifted it up.
Well, I can't say, but yeah,
at the point that I gave it to you, I think it was your leftmost card at the time.
Oh, I thought it was
think that-
in. I thought it was in.
Okay, so
and
I
went
have to
up.
play or
gotcha,
discard.
Gotcha.
I know these are yellow, but even if one of them is a yellow 3, which statistically could be the case, I wouldn't know which one. So, this is brand new. No one's had the opportunity to give me information. This is a 5. Since this is my only 5, neither of these are a 5. Ergo, I'm going to say both of these yellows are expendable, but this is the older one, so I am going to discard this yellow.
Interesting.
And get a new card. So I've got a yellow and a 5, so we've got a clue back. Garrett, what do you know about your hand?
I'm going to play a yellow.
Nice. I have still not gotten any information. So, I mean, there we go.
Yeah, we'll take that.
That's all right.
Gives us a clue. Nice.
Garrett.
You're not looking at your
Oh no, Michael. Let me look at your card. Okay. Very good. This is good. This is pretty good. I'm going to use a clue. This card, this card, and this card are all 1s.
Oh, these are all 1s?
Yep, they're all just 1s.
Okay.
What did I just? Sorry. I don't know how to cheat the way that Andrew wants to cheat. But apparently, I know how to cheat.
So in other words, these are all just 1s. They're all unimportant ones.
I didn't
None of
say
these
that.
are-
I didn't
No,
say
hey,
that.
hey,
None of
you can
these-
make your own inferences
You
where
can
you want.
infer that however you want.
None of these are the red one that we are looking for.
Says who?
So
These are not the ones.
That's the one we watched on May the 4th.
Yeah.
And you go,
I went to the Lego store and bought Legos.
yeah.
Did you?
I did.
At Opry Mills?
Yeah.
let me see your hand.
Did you buy the big brown
I
one
believe I
that's
know
like,
that this is.
That came out like, yeah, I had that. But I got the sail barge.
yeah.
Yeah. No, the new ones that came
And I
out,
know
the big
that-
one I got was
I know
Big
that
Fat Starfighter.
He has
so.
no information.
Yeah,
It is going crazy.
yeah. Well,
You got a good wife.
No.
I had a pinball
Apparently,
machine delivered
I've
today,
got-
and
I've got
that's why I'm
3
here.
discardable cards, so I think I'm just going to be feeding.
She's like, Just as long as you
Can
don't
Garrett
block my
some,
car getting in the
Some
garage,
clues?
it's okay.
I'm gonna use a clue.
And then you block your car in the garage?
No, I got 2 more machines coming.
Yeah,
She doesn't know
This
about.
one is white.
Okay.
So you're a big pinball fan?
Yeah, well, I got to shut. Yeah, I like.
Europe.
Yeah.
I'm up.
Europe.
Europe.
I gave Don a clue.
What clue did you give him?
White.
If this was white.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that with my eyes.
I mean,
This is my friend's shed. And
I
there's
can
another,
still have no.
wait, hold on.
there's another
If,
20.
like, he
There's another
knows
20 around.
how to
That's
gain
like
back
a-
some clues.
That's true.
You might be able to give somebody
that's
else
like-
some information
The
to help
garage is
them
tall,
gain
too.
back
What
some
is it?
clues.
Just
It's a shed.
workshop or
It's a shed.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
The concrete's
floor is
amazing.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
Garrett,
it's stunning.
That is
The other way. Oh yeah.
these
Okay.
are
I'm gonna flip them
Only-
upside down.
ones.
They're just stupid, lonely
They're
ones.
That's my friend's.
All right. I am going.
And he's got
to
another
play this
20
card.
or something over on the
Okay.
other side
They
here.
got like one of
Do you
those
have to pay a number
aluminum
to this card?
buildings or whatever.
He's a what?
He got one of those aluminum buildings on his property or something.
All right,
Big
I
shed.
am-
Big shed.
I'm
He's on this half of
discarding
the
this
shed.
one,
Yeah, what's his electrical bill like?
and I am not
He's
looking
got
at
three
this.
or 4 air conditioning units to keep it cool. 7 emails.
I'm just gonna discard for
Okay.
getting a clue back.
Oh man, look at that. How did
Yeah.
that happen? Onomatopoeia. Don, these are only yellows that you've got.
Okay. All right.
They're his
Michael,
only yellows. That's what
Michael.
I said.
We're gonna stop using the only keyword.
I never said.
I said the only yellows you've got. I don't.
These are yellows. All right. I'm going to use a clue and let you know that in your hand are all threes,
Okay.
so that you understand where you are in this game.
Okay.
Because I feel like you've been a little lost.
I have. That is the first clue I've gotten this entire game. Quite literally.
I don't know that it's executable.
I'm discarding this one, and to get a clue back, and I will not look at this card. So now I'm at where I have a 5, and I don't know what these 3 are, but there is a clue available.
There is. I'm going to discard this for another clue.
You know,
Michael, that's your only red.
this is red.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I will discard.
You get that back. We do not look at your card. Okay, that's fine. We'll do it this way. Hey, what do you know about your hand?
Nothing.
You
I
should
got
know
rid of
nothing.
I got rid of my last ones, so I know these are not ones.
Okay. This is a 2. Okay.
Play.
Do not look at your card.
Still risky. All threes. There's a 50% chance. Do I discard?
This is my only red, this is my only 5. Or, actually, this is a 5. I haven't been told if these are 5s or not. But this is my only red.
What do you know about your hand?
I know this is yellow.
Okay. This is your only blue.
This is my only blue. I will play that.
Get your new card. All right, so I know this is red. It's my only red. I don't know if someone pointed out to me because it is the red one we are looking at. This is a 5. This is red. No clues are available. I'm going to discard this to get a clue back.
That's all right.
And look at this card. And then,
All right. Leonard, these two are white.
Okay.
right. New card.
So this is white and a 3.
Directly, that was noticed. I'm gonna discard this.
Okay. Go back. Now look at your new card.
All right. So at this point, I have no
No,
information.
no, but I do have to keep going.
I was trying not to.
At least you're
I said do not.
No,
play.
I was picking it
Yeah.
up and it just slipped in my hand.
And the fifth player.
the referee.
The fifth beetle.
Okay.
I mean, I got us a clue.
Hey Garrett. This is a 1. Cool. I will play it. Okay. Do not look at your new card.
All right. What do you know about your hand?
5 red.
These are.
All right.
Flip them over.
I will give you a clue. This is a white, your only white card.
Okay. So I've got a red and a white, and okay, and then
But there are no clues on the table, so.
no, but we also get to look at this. So this is my only white card. And it cannot be a white 2. It cannot be a white 2. It cannot be a white 3.
Are you allowed to look at the discard?
Yes.
Okay.
It cannot be a white 5. Ergo, by process of elimination, it is a white 4. That is called reduction.
That is called extending your turn.
Yeah.
That is, hey,
Proven to everybody
that I am.
that I
am the smartest man alive.
understand the rules.
Well, except for, the red one that's hanging out. Nothing.
Nothing. He doesn't know all that information.
No.
This is red,
Yes.
and we've got this. So even if this was a red 1, that's irrelevant now.
Yes, you made it irrelevant. Discard.
I'll be back at 9
o'clock,
guys, to watch the end of this game.
What do you know about your hands there?
I knew that one and these were non-1s. This one is my new one. I know nothing about it.
Oh my goodness.
These two are not blues. I believe.
Whose turn?
Leonard.
Leonard.
All I know is that these are
See you
threes,
guys.
See ya.
which
I'll
is
see you on
really
Wednesday, Michael.
not helpful at the
What?
moment.
I'll see you on
So
Wednesday.
if it was a green, there's no threes. So we'd still have one. If it's red, there's no threes. So I'm just going to get us a clue. Oh, that worked out.
It was more important to me to tell you about your red one, to give you a play rather than mine.
Garrett, I am going to play
Gotcha.
a card. I'm going to play a clue. And I'm going to tell you that this card is blue.
Okay.
Did we put the clue already?
I did.
Okay. This is why. This is red, and it's an inconsequential red. No, this is a 5. This is an inconsequential red. These two I do not know about. Let me see your hand. In your hand. And okay. So I think at this time we just need new cards, so I'm going to discard this red and a new one. A clue back.
See what you got there. I'm going to play this one.
Whew, I'm so glad you did it because you misnamed that
Yeah.
so quickly.
Yeah, but I think you're the one that, no, Don told me what was actually blue, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He misnamed it, but it worked out well because it was your only blue in your hand.
Gotcha.
If you would have had more than one, I don't know.
Michael, these two are your blues.
Okay. Blue 5 and a blue discard. Okay.
All right. I know nothing about my hand, so I am going to give Garrett some information at this point because I think you have a plan.
I do have a plan.
So I'm going to say, Garrett, that your hand is full of red.
Okay.
Because you didn't know that, right?
I did
You
not.
thought
I
that you
did
had some two blues or two non-blue. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that gives a lot of information.
Okay, so I will play this 5 because when you play a 5, you also get a
Well,
back.
No, you're fine.
That's true. Yeah.
So whether I discard or play a 5, we get a
Oh,
back.
okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'd like to know is piece of information. Okay.
What do you know about yours, Michael?
That this is a discardable blue.
You have 2 2s. The discardable is a 2. This is a 2.
Okay.
The one you call discardable, just to be on the
Yeah,
better
that's
side.
true. That's what he said. Okay, I
You
want to
often
give a
have a
clue,
good
but I
memory.
cannot, so
This is
I know-
this is a blue 2 and this is a blue of a different color.
I know this is a 3.
A 2 of a different number.
But
So
I
two of a
don't
different
know
color.
that it's an important 3, so that's the only information I have. This is a 3, and
You did get told that.
Were you playing it or discarding it?
I was
Discarding.
discarding. I don't have. I need to get a clue, and I don't know anything
Well,
about
I mean,
the
did
others.
you declare if
I
you
never
were playing or
played.
discarding?
He said I'm
Yeah.
discarding it.
Oh, okay. Do not look at your card.
All right. So,
And
Michael,
when we run out, it's once more around, right?
tell me what you know about your hand.
Blue 2 that is not blue. I'm hoping it is green or red. I will say this. My intention is to play this card.
All right. Unfortunately, I really feel based off of where we are, I'm going to use this clue.
Okay.
Tell me what you know about your hand, just to be clear.
They're all red.
This is a 3.
Alrighty. I'm going to presume that you told him that because this is a red 2. But either way, I'm going to play this.
Oh,
Presumed
how
correctly.
presumptuous of you.
I will play the red 2.
So presumableness. I have no information. I imagine this is my oldest, so
Okay. That's fine.
that's good. That's good.
That is
yeah.
good.
But that does trigger the. Wait, does that trigger it, or is it when someone has to draw? I forget.
No, it triggers.
Okay.
So
Leonard gets the last play.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let me see your card thing, because I don't know anything about my card.
Well, and the other thing is you do know some things about your cards.
Everything should be deducible at this
But
point.
you may not know which
I
ones.
don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know any
nothing.
colors that I have in my hand.
Right.
So I don't know if me taking a wild guess is as good as.
Like, for instance,
I know things about my hand, but it needs to be
And you
narrowed
could
down
probably
for
give him
me.
a clue, but
Well, I mean, the
helpful.
trick is you're only going to get one play,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so right now,
and is it by numbers? So is like.
Yeah, it's number of cards.
any progressions equal.
All right. Let me see your hands, then, Michael.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do this because.
This is discardable, which is worthless at the moment.
discardable. What?
This is discardable.
Do you know what? You don't know what.
It's a Bluetooth.
All right. So I'm going to just tell you this. That.
You're going to use the last clue.
Yep. Because I don't have any.
I-
Or should I pull a clue?
The other thing is, like, I have a play.
What's your play?
Play the 5. No, the 5 is discarded. That's not the 5. Never mind. My counting was wrong. I thought the one that I drew was the 5. These are reds.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one.
Right.
And we've not given you any information about those reds.
Other than they're reds.
So I mean, if it gets
Well, and they're red non-3s. So
yeah.
I know a little bit more.
So unless something of mine is immediately playable, don't use the clue.
Well, that's what I'm thinking is that I kind of prefer that because
Like
I kind of feel like
if you could clue me in,
I feel like
Michael could clue Leonard or something.
so I'm looking at who's like a crapshoot,
Yeah.
and I have a guaranteed play in one place, and a decent crapshoot, and then a wild card.
You know.
I think you're good.
Zero information.
I'm just gonna play it here, Michael.
Yeah.
These 2 cards are 2s. You've told based off of what you told me, I would think that might be the information.
Right. So, this is, well, let me see your hand. This is not the red. This is the white. This is the yellow.
He's like, just kidding. I'm discarding this blue.
I will play this.
Nice, yeah. Because I feel like I have a 2 out of 3 chance of playing the red 4. I'll pick this one.
Good job.
Good.
And then Leonard, you know what you have in your hand, or you can know.
What do you know when
You'll know what you.
Oh,
Okay,
you
may not know
you
the
should,
order.
you should know exactly what your play is.
I
From
wouldn't
all the
know where
information
it
you've
is.
been given. No, you do. From the information you've been given, you know exactly where it is.
I have no information.
I don't know about that, but yeah,
No,
you know
that's-
the you know
that's-
the you
I
don't
don't
know
think
the
that's a
locations.
holdover.
You don't know the locations.
I think
though.
it is.
You think it is?
I have no holdovers.
Yeah,
I got rid of my
he's
last
discarded
3.
all of them.
I don't have any information.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know
I
anything
bet
about any
that
of it.
was his last discarded 3.
Oh, okay.
But now I know that there's a 3 somewhere in my hand, and it is probably a green 3. The question is,
Well, what are the playable cards, Al?
Um,
A yellow 4, a green 3, a
Red.
white 5, which
No,
is
white
already
is not
here,
there.
a red 5.
and a red 5, which
Right. So if somebody has a red 5, which I do because I have the 3
Yeah.
remaining reds.
So-
the 3 remaining playable reds.
greens. Okay, so there's, and I'm the last turn, right?
You
So
are.
it doesn't matter what I
Yeah.
say. So
And-
two green
And we
fours.
can afford a mistake.
Right, two green fours are eliminated. Two of the whites, or I'm sorry, the ones, and there's only 2 ones, or is it 3 ones?
Three
ones. So I've got a 1 in here. No, there it is. Never mind, that's right. So there's no green ones. The green 2s are taken out. The green 3, I've got the green 3 somewhere. Don't know where.
And then moving on to another color. What is
So
it?
yellow is
I would say you have an outside chance of just pulling something.
an outside chance.
Ah,
I'm
jeez.
just gonna
Jeez.
play this.
The other one's also playable.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
Michael.
wanted-
Sorry, Michael.
I wanted him to deduce that he had a 50-50 chance.
I mean, I can
He
figure
was
it out.
said that.
I was getting there. I was figuring it out. I just don't know where.
These 2 of your 4 cards were playable. You had a 50-50 chance. Adonis proceeded at the last moment. Okay. So
Sorry to be. But you had your hand on this like every time you were pulling that.
see, I thought this was one of
I don't
the.
understand.
No,
When you had a handful of 3s, I thought
Yeah.
this was one
He
of
had
those.
he drew a replacement.
He drew a replacement, which he also might have deduced from that,
Well,
which was that was your oldest card,
Right.
and he thought that it was one of your card 3s when I gave you all 3s, right?
Yeah.
So he indicated
And
by
it was the only
accident
3 in your
that
hand anyway.
your oldest card was a 3.
Right.
12 plus 7 is
So many asterisks on this
19.
game.
I think it,
Andrew would be proud.
look, I think it's all fair in war and
Fireworks. Yeah.
and fireworks.
Are we
How do you want these in?
are we
here?
wanting them in order, or
You
are
want
they
them out of
shuffled?
order.
No,
They need to be
they
shuffled.
need to be completely mixed.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So we got the we got the 16 to 20 category. So even if we dock ourselves a couple on, asterisks.
Okay,
No,
yeah,
he
yeah,
was
we
going
got
to
a
draw
couple.
that. Come on.
Excellent crowd pleasing.
He was going to pull the 3.
Honestly, I would have probably pulled the oldest one out of just not knowing.
I played this maybe about somewhere between 20 and 30 times, and 2 times we've gotten
All the way through?
a perfect 25 score without any cheating or meta.
Look,
cheating.
Kickstart's fake.
I believe this is what I believe about this game. I believe that a certain amount of that should happen, as long as it's not super super over.
This is just a one.
Okay, so
Well, see,
all right, like
I never said
the
just. I
second
said only.
emphasis. The second emphasis was not mine. I said these are just your ones.
Right.
And then somebody else called attention that I used the word just as if it, but these are just ones is the same. I mean, it was not a code word there. And the fact that I said that he has an outside chance means that he has
Hey,
like
it was incumbent upon me to take the clue and decipher it.
So
everybody else is the one that like he could have misunderstood. He could just not be
So we're using wink wink words, right?
right.
But
Affliction.
but if you know Malachi, I think what he does is almost it's not worse, but it is more premeditated than wink wink.
Those
words.
like
all the
he has
like kind of like Don giving me the 3 clue to let you know that you have the 2 sort of thing.
Yeah, he has
Yes,
he has
all
the
the
30
unique
metagame rules.
yes,
Which aren't wink wink words, but they're just like
They're
they're like
agreed-upon rules.
they're like if someone gives you a color clue and it's right after someone else had given someone else a number clue, but it's when you have too or few clues available in the bank, then obviously that means
Right.
blah.
Right. But the
It's
thing
like-
about that is that,
It's like this whole logic tree.
like you said, like I gave that clue specifically so you would know that you had to play
because mine was
because you saw what he had in his hand.
Yeah,
So you had
that's
to.
legit.
So it needed that play, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's an obvious logical thing.
Yeah.
But if you're like, okay, I'm always going to do this that way all the time in a way, then it just becomes like just remembering rules.
Yeah, exactly.
And
if I give you a color clue, it means play it. If
And
I
I'm
give
just
you
going
a
to
clue,
say
it means
this.
discard it.
If you can play a pun or play something, it's more fun and everybody at the table enjoys themselves. And it is a little bit, but you know what? That's better than, hey, we're gonna have a set of rules that you have to memorize because then it's just like mechanics.
That's not fun.
There was no fun.
Yeah.
So
I enjoyed the outside thing. I got the
think
clue and I was like,
it was hilarious.
I think it has its place.
Yeah, because otherwise the rule memorization, it could be like fun as a one-time sort of thing, but I wouldn't want to do it more than once ever. But it's like solving a Rubik's Cube based on those algorithms or something.
Yeah.
It's like I can follow directions or something
now
like
it's just
that.
how fast can we get through it? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but also, Malachi gets a certain satisfaction out of. I guess he has a regular group that he plays online with, and they have. Last I heard, which was years ago, at a TGD, like years ago at a TGD, they had over 2,500 games.
Yeah.
So by now he might be up to like 4,000, 5,000.
Oh, just Hanabi?
Yes.
I guess the fun could be in
I don't see
refining
any
the
fun in
algorithm.
playing one game that many times.
I don't. There's nothing about that that's appealing.
No. Yeah.
I think he's enjoying refining the algorithm.
Yeah.
Like trying to perfect it. And
Yeah.
Make it
Because
more robust.
The only fun about playing
He's worse than a computer programmer. He's a mathematician.
the only way that would be fun
yeah.
is to be me to sit in there and blow that thing down.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't remember what color you just told me.
He's gotten so frustrated.
This is the yellow.
Yeah.
I couldn't either, apparently.
I wanted to say
follow most of his rules, but every once in a while, I'm being a game with him, he gets so frustrated because there'd be someone else at the table who just isn't picking up on it, or
I would
the
have a
biggest
blast
sin-
being that
the
guy.
biggest sin to Malachi. And I agree with him, but I mean, he gets livid over it, and Malachi's not a person that like gets livid that often.
Sure.
He gets livid when if someone spins a clue to let you know about one card in your hand that you can discard for a clue.
Yeah.
It's like trading a clue for a clue.
Yeah.
It's livid on that.
I was gonna say this is the first time I didn't forget a clue, but then I was like, well, I only got 2 clues to start in, so it was easy enough to remember 2.
I forgot my colors.
The only way I keep it straight is like you saw, is I just repeat my information over and over again on everyone's turns. Like, this is my information.
Well, I clearly instantly swapped 2 without saying it, and I was wrong with that yellow the whole time.
He's gonna play that. He's gonna play that. We're gonna lose the fuse.
Yeah, I didn't play a 5 on the second round.
No, didn't get any clues.
See, you didn't get any clues, but here's the thing: is there were still clues available. So my thinking was, he surely won't discard that card
Because he'll hold on to him until he gets clues.
Because he'll give a clue to someone else. And then it will be Garrett's responsibility to protect him from discarding the 5.
And I got a good clue about it, so I thought there was going to be another clue.
My thought was,
but apparently we all
I've only played it a few times. My thought was, oh well, we're burning through them. If I could preserve one, because I don't know what to do.
Right.
I was like, I don't know. You guys are, doing your thing.
I don't have a system at all because I can't remember things, but I do. Yeah, like I think when it's the oldest is a good piece of information. Yeah. And if somebody's not giving you clues early, then there are things not to use yet.
Right.
To some degree.
Yeah. They're like later game cards, or they're just all trash.
Yeah.
A couple times during the game, you had nothing but trash.
Yeah.
You had all discards.
When you got those 3s, that's when
A
it
couple
kind
were
of
playable.
yeah. That's when and you had like a double of one color,
Yeah.
2 whites.
and two whites.
See,
So it's like you
That's
could
the thing.
discard one of them as long as you didn't discard both of them. So I kept trying to nudge him to tell you about your white 3, but Garrett was very wisely remembering that it doesn't matter if he discards the 1 white 3. We'll talk
Yeah.
about the other one.
Right.
Yeah, see, I didn't know which colors I had, and I was just nervous of throwing the wrong one
Right.
at the wrong time and getting a fuse or losing it. So I was like,
Yeah.
Well, then what
I was like,
helped
I was
is
just
not
starting
that
to try to get
I don't
everything.
know that I like. I didn't actually intentionally give you the inflection that those 3 were just, one, but that I gave you the it was 3 ones, assuming that you would know
That ones are mostly useless.
they were mostly useless,
Right.
and I would have called it some kind of attention to the red because that's what we were fishing for.
Right.
Right.
And
And you guys did tell
and
me about my
so-
red card, and so I figured that was a red 1, and so I was like, I had that play in the back of my pocket.
right,
But then-
he had one in
But
his
then he
hand.
had one, so then I was like, I'll just tell him about his,
Right,
so that gives him a play on his turn.
and then
and I can just
fortunately
discard
at the
mine
right
for a
time
clue.
you ended up with a 2.
Yeah.
And I don't think I can't remember if he had a red 2 or not.
No.
But he had a red 3 in his hand.
And 2 red 4s.
Yeah.
apparently.
Yes, and
Yeah,
so you
for
were
a while there, you were getting one after one after one after one.
your
Yeah.
hand of 4 was 3, 4, 4, 5
Oh
of
wow.
red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I said it's all red,
Gotcha.
and I was hoping
I
that
should
that
have just played.
But
play,
you,
play,
I
play.
think you
didn't
knew
know
something
what
about
they
one of them. But I was hoping that would caution you.
were. Right.
You're holding all reds,
And at that point we were late enough.
and
in
we
the game.
were,
I could see like he had a 1 and
Yeah.
like I think there were
and there were,
reds out.
and I think like late in the game, like I gave you a 2 clue, and you kind of worked through it. But I don't know that I would give you a 2 clue that late in the game, except when there was a space that needed a 2.
Right.
Like that seems logical
Yeah,
to
I mean,
me. That if there's a space
in the
that needs
last
a
round,
number,
there was 1 clue, when it was on your turn, there was 1 clue remaining, and I could see that there was 2 playable cards in Garrett's hand.
yeah,
Right? And so I was like, either you spend the clue and tell him about his playable card, or you leave the clue to me, because you had stuff you could discard, and you discard and get a clue back, and I'll spend a clue and tell him about his playable card. But what I didn't know, because I wasn't looking at my hand, was that I had the same playable card as one of the 2 playable cards. Yeah, so then you clued me in that, and then he blindly guessed the right thing to play. So that worked out better because I ended up with 2
Well,
cards
'cause he
out
had
rather
the-
It gave
than
us
1.
potential, and since we had enough fuses.
yeah, because at
that
that
was the way
point
to go.
he had 2 4s
Because
and a 5 that he knew of.
I knew that
that were
Leonard
red.
could guess 50-50, and you cluing Michael in too, that
Gave us
Leonard
that
the 50-50
three.
chance,
Yeah.
because otherwise it would have been a 1 out of 4.
Yes,
so
right.
so you gave
Yeah.
us 1 point with the potential for easier points.
Yeah. And I thought, it just felt like the 2 random draws with a guaranteed
Yeah.
that this set
No,
that up,
that was
and
a
then
right
this
decision.
one was pretty much.
That was the right decision. I just didn't have the
Yeah.
information to know that was the right decision.
Yeah.
So
But it's such a weird game because
it is.
you
It's
can-
interesting.
Yeah.
It's an experiment. I did play one or 2 times.
Outside chance.
But I still don't
Sorry,
understand
I
what it
couldn't
has
help it.
anything to do with
Couldn't help it.
fireworks.
Could not help it.
We would have been the same category regardless.
Could not help it. It felt like
fun.
it needed to be done.
It's a fun clue.
But literally, I still don't understand what this has to do with fireworks. I think you
Right.
could take some bicycle cards and recreate this
Oh, yeah.
game. It's like,
It could just be numbers.
Do you want to take these, or do you want to keep them? I don't know.
I would love to
you
take
can
one.
leave them here. I will eat whatever's left behind.
I think Garrett's gonna take them.
That's fine.
Yeah, those were
They are
awesome.
good.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't know if Chrissy's had them before.
All right. Well, I'm not kicking you
I
guys
love
out.
Mediterranean food in general.
I-
So.
I do have to actually, woe is me, I do have to actually, good games.
Sleep
guys.
in tomorrow.
I do have to, no, I have to actually get up because, I have to drive down to Murfreesboro by 10
nice,
a.m.
right.
to close.
By 10 a.m.
The crack of 10.
Oh my gosh.
No, I mean, I have to be there at 10, so I have to,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I might have to
Leave here by 9
shower
o'clock
at
or
8
something.
something
We're
or whatever.
tired people.
The first world retired problem.
Yeah, love it.
I still love that. Yeah, you have the
I still got a
Brandon
month
Sanderson
before I
books
can,
out.
I can say things like that.